Hey, Coach, welcome to our YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe down below and click up above. That way you'll be notified of everything that kind of comes through. If you're looking to win championships, if you're looking to have a messy basement like this, but a basement like this, go down over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. It's the resources, it's mentoring, it's the one-stop shop for basketball coaches. Go over and check it out. Have a great day. All right, welcome to the Basketball Leadership Podcast. Coach, how are you? I know we're both revving up.
Revving up, getting ready. It's kind of the calm before the storm.
We'll both we're doing this before. We'll both probably be stressed by the time this gets launched. But anyway, it's a good. I was telling you before I came on, we had our coaches. I take my coaches up to my lake house and we talk and BS and spend maybe 20%, 10% talking actually about the season. But anyway, it was good.
Good.
And it's it's kind of resting and doing all that kind of stuff. But I think it's good. For the coaches listening, you got to do something to kind of desensitize. I'm going to take coaches. I'm going to try to get a massage once a month like Coach does. So that's one of my
I'm
goals.
telling you, it's a game changer. It's if you can afford to do it, it's made all the difference.
I got to find a place that's close. That's what I got to do. That's my next thing. All right. So we're going to talk about alone in the crowd today. What is that, Coach?
We're going to talk about parents a little bit. And I think this is a good message for everyone, but why do parents sit alone? Are you a coach as a parent when you go watch games, or I mean, do you sit off on the side, or are you amongst all the fans when you watch a game?
Me, when I did it? When my kids played, I was kind of in and out of the gym, so I was probably the one alone because I couldn't usually stay the whole time because especially in basketball. Now, if it was like any other sport other than basketball, I was sitting in the crowd with the rest of the parents. But if it was basketball season, I just remember being like in out kind of like thing. But no, I mean, that's it. That's an interesting. I never thought about it. I've never seen a lot of our parents sit by themselves. A few, but
I think you see a lot of coaches sit alone, and and not necessarily alone, but away from maybe the masses. And I've written about this online quite a bit. And number one, there's no drama when you're sitting alone and you're kind of pulling yourself out of the franticness that a parent section has. You don't hear any of the blaming, complaining, or excuse making, and I think that's, unfortunately, it can get negative, and you can either choose to pull yourself out of that or try to make change. And I think there's no ignorance when you pull yourself out. And so a lot of coaches that I know, and even other parents that don't coach, pull themselves out because they don't want to deal with that. Bad mouthing coaches and players, or just making inappropriate comments, and then just they want to relax and enjoy the game. And for me, I end up sitting off to the side a lot, no matter the sport my kids were playing, because I just want to enjoy the game and I don't want to hear the noise. I don't want to hear that. And I was just wondering your perspective on that, and if you have a lot of parents or people that kind of pull themselves off to the side and are more alone in the crowd.
Some do. I would say it's less than more, but it's I think that's a great life lesson about the noise too. I'm mentoring some coaches right now in my championship access, and I had one of them box for me the other day, and he was asking about, like, he feels like there's all this noise, and it's like and you and I were talking before we came on about defense and simplifying, and so I think it's actually even bigger than just a game thing. It's like, I feel like I know less now than I did 35 years ago when I was 25. But it's because of all the stuff. It's all that, I always tell the story of COVID with all those free it was just too much. I had to, like, my wife, I said, I can't watch any more of these clinics. I just, like, it's too much. It's too much noise. It's like, and it's similar to that with parents. It's like, you just need you need space to get away and kind of clear your head, and simplify, I think is
I
one
agree.
of the
And I think, and we've both said this a lot, but the longer that you are in this, the more you understand the importance of simplicity. And I think the best teachers simplify the game or simplify what they're teaching. You do that with stats, very complex course. How do you simplify that for kids to understand? And you have all this noise and distraction. How do you narrow down to what really matters? And less is more.
Yeah, and it's like I was joking with coach because just before we jumped in, I was doing lesson plans for the week, and it's like, and that's exactly what I was doing. We're teaching some stuff, some higher level stuff with tables and calculator and how to read a normal distribution, all this stuff, and it's like, and I literally like had this. I went back and looked, and I go, that didn't work last year. That was way too much for them, too
Yep.
fast. So
Hmm.
it's like I dumped about a third of it. I moved it down a couple of days. I said, I just got to lean in. And there's something I did on Friday, like 2 or 3 days ago, that I spent the whole day on it because it was like I knew I could just see about 5 minutes in. It's like, whoa, their eyes, they're spinning, and we just got to pivot. So yeah, I think you're right. It's simplifying. I don't remember what book I was just reading about that, but it's like you gotta simplify. They
You,
can't
you
handle it.
do. And you got to decide what's important to you as a coach. And it's part of the art of coaching. The longer you're in it, the more you really understand and appreciate that, and you make those subtle changes that help.
And we did about 10 years ago, we went to a simple like color zone at the end of a game. Like red means don't shoot. Red
Yep.
means Coach Collins's head will explode if you shoot.
Yep.
Yellow is, it's like stoplights. We went
Hmm.
red, yellow, green. We
Yep.
simplified as much because I didn't want any question about you shouldn't shoot, you can
Yep.
shoot, yes, shoot.
Yep.
like
And
like there's no questions. They know
yep.
red, green, yellow. Like,
Yep.
and that was one of my middle school teachers said, we just got to make this easier for them, Steve. It's way too much for them.
Yeah.
Because they're already tense. It's the end of the game. What do I do? Am I supposed to shoot? Am I not supposed to shoot? What am I supposed to do?
Yep.
And we've done a lot of that stuff within our program just to make it easier. But again, going back to the initial question with lone in a crowd, it's like, yes, I think from a mental standpoint, so much better to simplify and just get away. I agree.
Yeah. It's the noise. Yep.
It is the
And on,
noise.
on your red, yellow, green, I have the same thing for red. But I put in it's funny because my wife knows it. And for, she doesn't know basketball, but she knows when we yell M&M, it's milk a minute. And so
Oh, I
M&M,
love that.
I
Oh my
know.
gosh, I'm stealing that.
So red is we're holding for one shot, no shots, nothing but layups. M&M, we're gonna milk a minute. And obviously now with the shot clock in Minnesota, we don't run M&M much anymore, but we could. But it used to be, you know what, we're just gonna take 45 seconds off the clock, milk some time. We're still gonna stay aggressive, but it's a good kind of tweener tempo changer.
Done.
Yep.
I'm gonna have my coach get because usually I'll say it, but then he holds up cards.
Yep.
I think we might just get like a big M&M figure and
Yeah.
hold that. That's
Big
awesome.
old
I love
chocolate or
milk,
red M&M or whatever.
milk a minute. I love that. I love
Yeah.
that. I know. And I don't do that very often, but there's a time where you have to take some of that momentum out.
Yep.
Hey coach, before we go, tell them about your team leader OS and stuff real
Yeah,
quick.
I just re-released it. I've done a lot of upgrades to it. I added more resources. I kind of updated the look. So it's even better, and you get lifetime access when you get it. It's incredibly good deal for everything that you get, and it allows you to build the type of leaders that your team needs to win. I think we both agree that player-led teams win, and you can either wait for leaders or you can systemically try to develop them. And so I've created this course to do that. So you can go to teamleaderos.com and check it out. Very reasonably priced. There's a special going on right now. But I don't know if it'll be on when this podcast goes. So
Yeah, I don't
we'll
know if it
see.
will be. It might. All right. Till next week, coach.
See ya.
Hey, coach. So glad you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed it a lot. Actually, if you did, subscribe and like, and then go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better.